Hello everyone, welcome back to the Benchwarmers Podcast. As usual, I'm John, I'm coach Josh Sykes.
It's good to be here, Gab.
Yes, it is. We'd like to first of all apologise for not really a lack of episodes in recent weeks, but we've not been doing as much as we did when we first started for season 2. Things just been a bit hectic recently. But yeah, we're going to hopefully get back into stride of it as soon as possible. So we're going to really start off today because if you haven't checked our Twitter, which you can follow, the link will be in the description below, we've been doing our Premier League predictions, which Josh has for us.
Yes, we have. So these are from weekend just gone. So we didn't do the Friday. We did the Saturday. There we go. So the first game was West Ham against Man City. Gab predicted 2-1 Man City. I predicted 2-0 Man City. It ended up 1-1.
Yeah, well, I was closer technically, so I'm going to take that as a...
No, you're not.
Yeah, okay.
No, you're not. Ooh, this next one I got bang on. So the next one's Fulham Crystal Palace.
Oh, nearly again.
You predicted 1-1. I predicted 2-1 Palace. It finished 2-1 Palace.
Good enough result for Palace there, your London derby.
It is, yeah. It is a London derby. Good for you for knowing geography. I'm
I
proud of you.
Yeah, I've got terrible geography.
Yeah.
I'm actually decent. Just when it all started being about mountains and stuff, I lost it then.
And then numbers come into it.
Yeah, anything with numbers I can't do.
So the next game is Man United against Chelsea. Gab predicted 1-0 Man U. I predicted 2-0 Chelsea. It was a shocking game of football. It was 0-0.
Yeah, we're awful.
It was honestly, I wasted 90 minutes of my life watching that atrocity.
Although, was it that game where Harry Maguire grasps onto...
Yeah, he decided to launch a new career in the MMA.
Again, you can see something we put about that on Twitter. So you can see everything where we're not actually doing the podcast.
Yeah, although it's not as regular on Twitter at all. I just post whenever I can, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Anyway.
I make it sound like we've got a social media manager and it's just me.
I wish we did.
Yeah, because it means we'd actually be doing decent. So the next game is Liverpool-Sheffield United. Gab predicted 4-2 Liverpool.
Yeah.
I predicted 1-0 Liverpool. It finished 2-1 Liverpool.
Should we both get... Is it 1 point for that or is it 2 points?
1 point.
1 point.
I'll work out the scores later when I've got my little notebook and I can sort it all up. The next game was Southampton against Everton, and this was quite an upset in terms of the actual results. So Gab predicted 2-0 Everton, sorry. I predicted 3-1 Everton. The actual result was 2-0 Southampton.
Yeah, great result for... Is it Ralph Hassan?
Hootle.
Yeah, nobody else pronounced that name. Great result for them. I mean, that could really be the result that hopefully propels Southampton forward.
To be fair, they're not doing that well in terms of the league anyway. In terms of the game itself, Southampton were definitely the dominant side. They were all over Everton. Everton were very poor, and it just summed it up with the fact that Luca Digne got sent off for trying to rip to shreds. Whose Akil was it? I think it might have been Kyle Walker-Peters' Akil.
I'm not idea.
Yeah, Achilles.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the next game is Wolves-Newcastle. Gab predicted 2-2. I predicted 2-1 Wolves. It finished 1-1.
Yeah, that's a great result for Newcastle, that is. I mean...
It is, to be fair. I mean, Nuno Espirito Santo, you've let the country of Portugal down, mate. What are you doing? You've drawn to Steve Bruce. Get your act together.
Jesus Christ. Wonder where that would go in there.
The next one is, a proper result for Gab as well. Is Arsenal against Leicester. You predicted 1-0 Leicester. I predicted 2-0 Arsenal. It finished 1-0 Leicester.
Quality.
Jamie Vardy coming off the bench to score.
Yeah. Unlucky for Mesut Ozil, who, wasn't registered in the squad, so he's been put his predictions on Twitter. He predicted an Arsenal win and was completely proven wrong, so, yeah.
He was indeed. The next game was on Monday now. This was one on pay-per-view, which we are going to be discussing later. That is a topic for later. He had no idea I was going to say that, because as you can tell, we are very prepared. It was Brighton against West Brom. We both predicted 1-0 Brighton, actually, and it finished 1-1. Carl and Grant scoring late on to draw level for West Brom.
Yeah.
Is that his second goal for West Brom, but obviously his first one was ruled out last week for being offside.
Yeah.
And the final game of the match fixtures was Burnley against Tottenham. Gab predicted 5-0 Tottenham. I predicted 3-1 Tottenham. The actual result was 1-0 Tottenham, with Son and Harry Kane combining again to become the second most lethal duo in Premier League history.
Is that true?
Behind Drogba and Lampard, I believe. They've got 49 goals. Son and Kane have 38, I think.
Have you watched the Tottenham Hotspur documentary?
I have, yeah.
I watched it on Monday, I think it went out. I actually really enjoyed it,
So did I, to be fair. It was definitely insightful. Obviously, you can see Harry Kane's half-time and before the game preparations of... I'm not going to say it because it will require Gab to do a lot of bleeping in the editing.
Yep. Please don't say it.
And there is also one result we haven't covered, and that is the Aston Villa Leeds, which was on Friday because we did our predictions on a Saturday morning.
Yeah.
That game finished. You know what the score was, don't you?
3-0.
Yeah. What would you have actually predicted, though?
I would have gone for a Villa win, just for the fact that Villa have had a really good start to the season. I think, I'm not just going to look really bad now, because I think Leeds are one of the most overrated sides in the Premier League. We looked at that stat, I think it was last week, about how Leeds hadn't even had as good a start of Huddersfield in their first season. I think they've just been overhyped with Marcel Bielsa. However, this result kind of like puts me to shame with all that. Patrick Bamford, was that the game he got a hat-trick?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, absolute masterclass from him. He's proven all the doubters wrong, to be fair to him. So
I didn't watch the game, but I saw some of the highlights, and I saw one of the goals from Bamford especially. Was it on his left foot and he curls it in corner?
Yeah.
The way he's performing in the Premier League at the minute, it's quite weird because he's actually a genuinely shocking Championship player.
Yeah, but
he's atrocious.
Yeah,
and he was meant to be a number 10 in the Championship. Bielsa moved into number 9, and now he's like the second top scorer in the Premier League at the minute.
It's just the sort of effect that Bielsa can have on his players, I guess.
Yeah, definitely.
But talking of the Championship, then this week we're going to switch up a bit rather than doing our Premier League predictions. After this video, I'll go back and tell you all the predictions we'd said for next week.
Thank you, because I will forget.
Okay, yeah. We're going to be going through all the Championship results this weekend. Not results, fixtures. And we're going to be talking through them all, doing a bit of a preview, and then giving what our predictions will be. So, starting off on Friday the 30th, on a 7:45 kickoff. Not the most brilliant game of football we're ever going to get on the Championship, but Coventry City will be hosting Reading at Birmingham Stadium, I still believe they play at. I could run about that, but...
What are we on about here?
Coventry? They play at Birmingham, don't they?
I don't have a bloody clue.
Okay. Well, Coventry are at home to Reading. Coventry do not go to this game in good form.
I promise you I don't have corona.
Ignore his coronavirus.
I don't have it.
Coventry have had a really poor start to the season, to be completely honest with you. God, I can't find the results here, but recent results: lost 3-1 to Bournemouth, lost to Brentford, drew with Swansea, lost 4-0 to Blackburn, and lost 2-0 to Middlesbrough. They're not enjoying Championship.
And at the minute, they are 21st in the table after 8 games on 5 points with a negative 10 goal difference, having won 1, drawn 2, and lost 5.
Yeah.
It's not been a great start to the season, but then again, you can't expect it from a newly promoted side. Yeah, I've just burped.
Yeah, bear in mind there would also be in the relegation zone if Sheffield Wednesday hadn't started the season with their point deduction. Saying that, it's not looking good for Coventry. I think in our Championship predictions video, I predicted them to finish near the playoffs.
I actually need to rewatch that and actually write out our tables because I have no idea what I predicted.
Well, to be fair, it was kind of like just me, wasn't it? Because you were driving and weren't focusing.
And I was just going, yes.
Dingo wasn't really doing anything, to be honest. He kind of just sat there look depressed.
It's not like our last episode, which was another Carpool podcast, link is in the description.
Yeah, didn't do as well as I thought it would.
No, but to be fair, I was paying much more attention.
Yeah, that Carpool one were better. We're going to be getting into these more in future weeks with future episodes. But yeah, Coventry versus Reading. Reading are in decent form, I believe. They've Blackburn, who bet Coventry 4-0. Reading just bet them 4-2. So looking at that, you've got to go with a Reading result. They've got a good team.
Yeah. I mean, Reading has started off very well. They're top
of the league. I know. They're actually like really far ahead.
Yeah, I know, they're miles ahead.
I apologise, Reading fans. I had no idea.
They're undefeated.
It might be a really good game on Friday night. I had no idea. You just think of Reading, you think of boring, don't you, I guess?
You think of 0-0 Wembley in 2017 against Huddersfield and going to penalties.
Trying to keep it away from that, but sure.
You never would keep it away from that.
Wow, I didn't know Reading were doing that well. But
yeah, 22 points after 8 games, 12 goal difference. They've been on fire. They've had an unbelievable start to the season. I've not got their last results up. I'm sure Gab can get them up in a second.
Yeah.
But for me, Reading, they're on fire at the minute. They're 7 points ahead of second place.
How many games have they played? 8 games. So 22 out of possible 24? Is that right? 24? Right.
I mean, you could have got the fact that they've drawn 1, you just knock off 2, don't you?
I didn't think about that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and that game who drew was Middlesbrough recently, but they've beaten Blackburn, beaten Rotherham, Wickham, Watford, which was a massive result for them because I thought Watford would do really well in this league.
In the third.
I'm sorry, I have no idea what Championship table is, to be honest with you. But nevertheless, Reading have had a fantastic start, and I think, my prediction is that they're going to continue this. I'm going to go over, I think we've got to go for 3-0 Reading.
I wouldn't say 3-0, I'm going to go 2-0 Reading. But for me personally, Coventry are never going to do anything in this game. I doubt they'll score.
Yeah.
But it's not a matter of if Reading are going to score, it's just a matter of how many.
Yeah, I think if you look at their previous results, they bet Blackburn Rovers 4-2, I think it was, whereas Coventry went and lost them 4-0. Looking at that alone, Yeah, you've got to back Reading, I think, for this game.
100%.
Next up then is Bristol City versus Norwich City. Quite a big game on Halloween, that is.
Yeah, Bristol and Norwich are on the same points. Bristol are 4th, Norwich are 5th. However, Bristol do have a game in hand.
Yeah.
That is not against Norwich. That's tonight, actually.
Oh yeah, we filmed this on... What day is it?
Wednesday, the 28th of October.
So if anything's a bit outdated, that'll be why. Because there are a lot of championship fixtures. We're watching Huddersfield Town versus Birmingham, is it? Go for a town fight.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's Birmingham City
it is
tonight.
Birmingham.
But yeah, so if anything's outdated, that's why. Norwich are in decent form. Also, notice how I started pronouncing it right now. Norwich.
I didn't notice, but thank you for pointing that out.
They've drew with Brentford, which is quite a decent result. They bet Wickham 2-1, bet Birmingham 1-0, bet Rotherham. They're in quite a decent form right now, other than that draw against Brentford, but Brentford are a very good team. Heading into this game against Bristol City, I have not got their results up, so just a second. Bristol City are in great form, to be honest with you. Drew with Swansea, lost to Middlesbrough. Drew 2-2 with Barnsley, which isn't a great result because their manager got sacked. I think Barnes' manager got sacked a game or two after that. They've only won once in October, and it's now the 28th, so not looking great for Bristol City. And I think for that alone, I'm going to go for a Norwich City victory. I'll find out why in a second. God, this isn't a good start. I think they've got one of the most dangerous attacks in the league, to be completely honest with you, with Timu Puki, Todd Cantwell, Emi Buendia. I like the look of them. Oliver Skip as well in central midfield, obviously on the ranks of Tottenham. Yeah, I'm going to go for 2-1 victory for Norwich.
I'm going to go 1-0 Norwich. I don't think it's going to be an exceptional game. They're both up there in the table.
Yeah.
Norwich are playing well. I'm not going to deny that. They're actually playing some nice football like they did when they got promoted the first time. They're just not playing as well as they were because they've still got the hangover from getting relegated quite dramatic fashion last season. In terms of Bristol, they always seem to be up there anyway. In terms of the Championship table, they're always playoffs thereabouts. Yeah,
they're always pushing for the Premier League, but just don't quite make the cut.
Yeah, so for me, Norwich are going to win it. I'm just going to say 1-0 if I'm honest.
On to the next game then. Luton Town will be hosting Brentford. I believe Luton have had a decent start to the season. 10th in the league, which isn't terrible since I'm pretty sure we predicted them to be around the relegation zone.
I will be able to tell you, but again, haven't sorted that out yet.
Yeah. Whereas Brentford are 11th, so it's actually quite a close game, quite a big one heading towards the playoffs. Luton Town are in alright form. Yeah. They beat Sheffield Wednesday 1-0 most recently, but then lost to Millwall and lost to Stoke City, which are two not very good results. However, they did beat Wickham before that, so they're a bit up and down right now. Whereas Brentford drew with Norwich, like we just said before, in their previous game, lost to Stoke, bet Sheffield Wednesday and bet Coventry. So, again, it's two teams who right now are in a bit of a yo-yo results, if that makes sense. Not really in good form, but then again, not really in bad form. But however, for this game, we haven't really broken it down much, but Brentford's strike force every season's good. They may have lost Ollie Watkins and Cy Ben-Rama in the transfer window, but they kept Brian Mbeumo. They brought in, Ivan Toney from Peterborough for quite a high fee, which I think was one of the signs of the season in the Championship. They've got Godos on the wing, who I haven't really seen much of, but I hear he's doing quite well for them. Every season, Brentford have an amazing attack. We said this last year, I think, in our podcast, how they had the best attack in the league. They've lost two players in that attack, yet they're still, for me, one of the best in the league.
Was that other season they had Neil Maupay?
Yeah.
Brighton signed him. Last season, Ollie Watkins, Cy Ben-Rama. Ollie Watkins has gone to Villa, Cy Ben-Rama's gone to West Ham. And now this season, they've got another three good attacking players who could potentially be on their move out of London should they not get promoted again, which, as things are at the minute, Brentford are 11th. After 8 games with 3 wins, 2 draws and 3 losses on a 2-goal difference and with 11 points, Luton are 10th with a game in hand. They've won 4, lost 3, haven't drawn a single game, and they've got an even goal difference, 0.
Yeah.
I was trying to get some golf in there, just scratch, 0, zilch, 0. And they're on 12 points. So should they win tonight, they can go up to second place if they win by 5 goals.
But that's good for Luton. So
well, unless Bristol win, in which case they can go third.
Oh, right.
But yeah, for me personally, I think Brentford are going to win it. I do. I think they've got a good attack. Yes, Luton, it's not going to be a draw, put it that way. I don't think it is. I think this game's got some goals on it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 2-1 Brentford, purely because I think Luton's defence is slightly leaky. So I'm just going to have to say 2-1 because I think Brentford have the better attack, but Luton possibly don't have the best defence in the world.
Yeah, talk of Luton's defence, in recent games have been using 5 at the back, including Martin Craner, who were former Town. Jim?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay.
I do remember him, yeah.
That being said, I agree with that. Brentford have a fantastic attack. Ivan Toney, really rate him. He's always been scoring against Bradford in recent years, to the point where I don't like him as a player, but I think he's a great player still. I'm going to go for 2-0 Brentford. Again, Luton just... I don't know, there's something about them. I never really tipped them to do well, but they've done a decent start, and yeah, we can go on from there, I guess. Next up then, we move to Wales as Swansea City hosts Blackburn Rovers. I've not got any results up.
Well, I'll talk first.
Table? Yeah.
So Swansea is second in the league currently with 15 points after 8 games, having won 4, lost 1, drawn 3, and they've got a +5 goal difference. Blackburn are exactly mid-table. They are 12th after 8 games with 3 wins, 1 draw, 4 losses, and a +7 goal difference. How have they got a +7 goal difference in their 12th?
They bet Coventry 4-0 recently.
Still?
Have they smashed anyone else? Oh, they smashed Derby. Oh my God, smashed Derby 4-0, smashed Wickham 5-0.
Okay, that'll be why they've got a +7 goal difference then.
That being said, they're not actually in great form right now. Lost to Reading 4-2, did beat Coventry 4-0, which, yeah. Lost to Watford, lost to Nottingham Forest, drew with Cardiff.
How many red cards have they had against for them? Coventry down to 10 men, Cardiff.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Oh, I lost it all there. But yeah.
Blackburn, you're lucky. Lancashire scum. Anyway.
Oh my gosh. I suppose I can't go to another county then, that's fine. Swansea, however, I think they're in decent position in the league.
I've literally just said the second.
I was listening.
Literally just said the second.
Swansea in second place, then trailing to Reading. They are in decent form because of that. Beat Stoke 2-0, drew Bristol City, drew with Coventry, lost to Huddersfield actually, not in good form at all. That being said, I like the look of this Swansea team. Obviously, former Premier League side, so they've got a few decent players in there, like Andre Ayew.
Former, I mean, they were there a while ago.
Was it a while ago now? I couldn't when you remember Wilfred Boney. Oh, the good old days.
Wilfred Boney went to Man City, then went back to Swansea.
I know, what a man. Nevertheless, the main man to watch out for this game is Adam Armstrong. He got 2 goals in his last game. He plays in the front three with the likes of Harvey Elliott on one side and Ben Brereton on the other side.
He ripped Huddersfield to shreds.
Who did?
Adam Armstrong.
Oh, yeah, he's a quality player. However, hopefully Swansea will be able to counter that. They play 5 at the back, so depends how...
A lot of teams are playing 5 at the back in the Championship at the minute.
I thought that.
Huddersfield have done it quite recently. They've gone from 4 at the back to 5 at the back, and I don't understand it.
Do you know what, it's since, I think, Premier League, where Chelsea won it playing 5 at the back, under...
Antonio Conte.
Yeah.
They played a 3-4-3, which is what Wolves are playing now.
Since then, a lot more teams are using that formation, it feels like. But yeah, I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Blackburn. I like the look of Adam Armstrong. I like the look of this team. I think they're gonna do very well.
You think they're gonna beat Swansea?
I do. I look at Swansea's form. I don't really get how they're so high up. If that makes sense.
That, my friend, is a prediction of a lunatic. I'm gonna go for a Swansea win. I think Swansea are gonna win 2-0. They're high up in the table. Not Brentford. Blackburn, obviously mid-table. They're 5 points behind them. Yes, they've got a better goal difference. They seem to have got the better attack. But Swansea, for me, they're consistent. They're up there, so I think they're going to win it. I did say a prediction, didn't I?
I can't
remember what it said. Whatever I said before, forget that if I did say one. I'm saying they're going to win 2-0.
Next up then, to... I don't know what county it's in, but Stoke. Stoke are going to be playing Rotherham at home. I mean, Stoke are at home, Rotherham away.
Literally in Stoke-on-Trent.
Oh, I've missed. Oh, yeah, it's Stoke-on-Trent, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Stoke, then again, they're playing tonight. No, they're not. Oh, God, I've had a nightmare here. They played last night when we were recording this against Swansea and lost 2-0. However, they did beat Brentford, drew with Barnsley, beat Luton. They're in decent form, to be fair, whereas Rotherham currently 19th in the table. They're playing tonight against Sheffield Wednesday in a big Yorkshire derby. I nearly got to the game, but I got denied press access,
Which one?
Rotherham versus Sheffield Wednesday. I was going to be there right
saying,
now.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, Rotherham are not in great form whatsoever. Lost 3-0 to Reading, who are obviously top of the league, but drew in Nottingham Forest, lost to Norwich, drew with Huddersfield, that's the worst result of all. Drew with Birmingham, lost to Millwall. But it's been a while. It's been well over a month since they had their last victory. We don't know if it's going to come tonight against Sheffield Wednesday. Let's be honest, Sheffield Wednesday bottom, aren't they? I don't know. Anyway.
But they're only bottom because of the goal difference, not because of their point deduction. They've actually managed to scrape together 8 points, which would put them 15th.
Above Rotherham then, wouldn't it?
They put them 16th, above Rotherham.
Nevertheless then, Rotherham against Stoke. I'm going to be Rotherham, one of those teams who are always a bit like up and down in between League One and Championship. Your club, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
Got promoted, I think it was last season or season 4.
Yeah, they're the Championship. They're the EFL version of Fulham.
Yeah, they actually are.
Too good for the league below, but not good enough at all for the league above.
Saying that, Stoke, I like the look of the Stoke team. Obviously, you've got John Obi Mikel in midfield as the man who can break it up.
They've got John Obi Mikel.
Yeah, good player, isn't it? They've got, again, they play 5 at the back, which has become quite a trend.
I know
here.
they've got Tommy Smith at right back.
Yeah, they have.
Huddersfield skipper.
James Chester as well. Good. That's a decent team. Up front, they've got Jacob Brown, who recently signed for quite a few million from Barnsley.
Sam Vokes as well, aren't they?
Yeah, Sam Vokes, exactly. They've got a decent team of Stoke. I think
Burnley striker.
I don't know who the manager is, to be honest with you. Martin O'Neill?
It literally says it at the bottom there.
What? Where are they winning from?
Literally says it at the bottom, Martin O'Neill.
No. Who did he manage?
Ireland.
Oh.
That's Michael O'Neill. Who the hell's Michael O'Neill?
Just a second.
Who the hell's Michael O'Neill?
Michael O'Neill managed Northern Ireland, Shamrock Rovers and Brechin.
Okay, no wonder we've never heard of him.
Fair manager of Northern Ireland for 9 years. Nevertheless,
Shamrock Rovers, seriously.
Nevertheless, I'm going to have to back Stoke for this one. I do not fancy Rotherham this season. I think they'll be down there come the end of it, as we probably predicted in our predictions. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Stoke City.
Yeah, I am going to have to back Stoke. Not because of the league positions, but because Stoke are in better form. They're the best. They've got a better team on paper and in practice. So for me, it's going to be a 2-0 Stoke. I think it's got to be 2-0 Stoke.
Yeah,
I can't think of anything less.
We're both going to back the
Potters. Yeah, we are now going to skip through several predictions and do these quite quickly because we're realising currently we're on 22 minutes.
Jesus, wet. Next up then, Barnsley versus Watford. I'm going to have to back Barnsley for this one. Completely honest. They've just got a new manager in who was the former manager of Wolfsburg. His first game in charge, they won 3-0 against QPR, which obviously is a fantastic result.
And you forget when a new manager comes in, all of a sudden the team's mindset changes and everyone starts playing good because they want to secure they want to get a place in the squad. So as much as Watford are third and Barnsley are 16th, I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to say Barnsley are going to win 1-0.
Yeah, and saying that, Watford just drew 1-1 with Wycombe Wanderers, which is a terrible result for them.
It's a shocking result.
Wycombe
nearly won it last minute as well, last night. Yeah.
Oh, God. The heads are going to be down, Barnsley's are going to be up. That's the only way I'm seeing this. Obviously, you know my love relationship with Connor Chaplin. He's doing well for the club right now. Colin Woodrow's just signed a new contract for them. I'm going to go for 2-0 Barnsley, honestly. Yeah. I can see him continue. I think they'll rise up the table now and they'll get good momentum going forward.
Hopefully, because it's always good to see Yorkshire teams do well. Unless it's Barnsley, it's utter shit.
Alright, I've got to cut that out.
Just bleep it out.
Alright. Sorry about that. Next up is Bournemouth versus Derby County. I have gone completely honest, don't know how either of these two teams are doing. Bournemouth, thank you, are 6th. They play tonight. They're on 13 points, 3 wins, 4 draws, no losses, plus 4 goal difference. Derby are 22nd. Oh, God.
They've won 1, drawn 1, lost 5, and they've got a negative 8 goal difference. They also play tonight. So for me personally, it's a clear cut. Bournemouth are going to win 2-0.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. I'm going to go 2-0 Bournemouth. Derby, not impressing right now. We need a few more signs. I think they're under a transfer embargo. I could be wrong about that. Something to do with transfers. They need more in the club, and they're not getting it right now, so I'm going to have to go 2-0. We're at Bournemouth?
Yes.
Next up then, Queen's Park Rangers versus Cardiff City. We just mentioned QPR lost 3-0 to Barnsley, so their heads might have dropped. Cardiff 15th in the table. I'm honestly not too sure on the results, but
1-2, drawn 3, lost 2, 0 goal difference, 9 points, play tonight. QPR, 8 games played, 1 win, 4 draws, 3 losses, negative 4 goal difference, the 18th on 7 points. I'm going to say it's going to be 0-0.
I'm going to disagree because Cardiff are unbeaten in the 4 lost matches, even though most of them have been draws.
Exactly, 0-0.
Whereas QPR
it's just got draw written all over it.
Just lost 3-0 to Barnsley, who are down there-ish. So I'm going to go over 1-0 Cardiff.
Fair enough. Next game.
God, there's quite a few left. Middlesbrough versus Nottingham Forest. Forest, one of those teams who I believe haven't had a terrific start season. No, 20th, God. Whereas Middlesbrough are up in 7th. I was actually going to go for a Forest win until I saw that. Neil Warnock obviously got his side playing. A lot of youth in the Middlesbrough team right now. Nottingham Forest, I believe, just brought in Chris Hooton, I think it was.
Probably.
After sacking Aitor Karanka, I want to say.
Oh, that dude.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah, with that being said, Middlesbrough position says all. Neil Warnock's a fantastic manager. I like what they've got going on there right now. I'm going to go for a 3-1 to Middlesbrough.
I'm going to go 2-0 Middlesbrough. I've done a lot of 2-0s, I know. But it's probably one of the most common score lines if you're going to have a team that's going to score and keep a clean sheet. So for me, Middlesbrough, they're the far too superior side and they're just going to walk all over them. 2-0.
Yeah, next up then, Preston versus Birmingham City. Preston, believe, just bet Town. Yeah.
We don't have to talk about that.
Yeah, after a double from Alan Brown.
Again, don't have to talk about that.
Again, so I believe Birmingham 17th, Preston 13th. I'm going to go for Preston victory here. This is another Alan Brown masterclass, Scott Sinclair coming off the win.
I heard Birmingham absolutely stuff them. Not going to lie. I hope Birmingham ships 7 past them. I really, really do.
Saying that, if Birmingham beat Town 5-0 tonight, you're still going to feel that way. You ever know?
Then I'm not going to say what I think. Because that is very bad. Preston are going to win 1-0.
I'm going to go 2-1 Preston. I can't remember some prediction, but I'm going to go 2-1 Preston. Also, you seen that image on TV? It's absolutely terrifying. I just noticed it.
How have you just noticed it?
Next up then, Millwall versus Huddersfield Town. 3-0 Millwall.
Brilliant. We're going to spend a while on this one because I'm going to talk about Huddersfield. So, Huddersfield sit in 14th place. They play tonight against Birmingham. They currently sit on 7 games played, 3 wins, 1 draw, 3 losses, -2 goal difference, 10 points. You say we're playing Millwall?
Yeah.
Perfect. Millwall are 8th, 7 games played, 3 wins, 3 draws, 1 loss, plus 3 goal difference, 12 points, we're 2 points ahead. If Huddersfield win tonight and results go our way, we can potentially go to 6th, although that would require us to win by 6 goals. We're not going to do that. So technically, if we win our next 2 games and everyone else loses, we can go 2nd.
Right. Right.
But to be fair,
yeah.
Carlos Corberán has turned the team around.
Yeah.
The squad he has is a League One squad. There is no question about that. It is an atrocious squad on
Especially
paper.
after getting rid of Carl and Grant.
Exactly.
Fraser Campbell, main striker.
The squad on paper is diabolical. The fact that we've managed to sign literally no one shows how poor we have been. Well, it just reflects how bad we've been in the transfer market for the past few years, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But the fact that he's managed to get us to win 3 games, and in those 3 games we've won, we've played bloody brilliant football. And we didn't deserve to lose to Swansea, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
No, because we did beat Swansea. We didn't deserve to lose to Preston. Not based on how we played for a little bit of the game. Some of the game we were atrocious for. Some of the game we actually played pretty decent. But we deserved, I'd probably say, a draw. I can see us winning. Not going to lie. I can see us scraping a 1-0 win. Huddersfield play good football at the minute. And if we can get the team playing well and put our first team out, we're going to have too much for Millwall. So I'm going to say it's going to be 1-0 Huddersfield.
This isn't just because I'm not a Huddersfield Town fan and despise the club. I'm going to have to go for a Millwall win. Yeah, they've been lined up again with a 5 at the back formation, as Town have been recently. They may try counter each other maybe with this. I like the look of Jed Wallace and Conor Mahoney in the 2 attacking midfield positions heading forward. Mason Bennett, being completely honest, don't rate him as a striker. I'd imagine they'd hopefully be starting Kenneth Sahore up top, a big target man striker to maybe. Oh no, you won't have Naby Sarr, will you? Oh, will you? How long's he out for?
3.
Yeah, Naby Sarr then, because he got sent off against Preston. Won't be available for this game, so may put Sahore in there to bully Town's defence.
I mean, it just won't, will it? You've got bloody Schindler and Stearman and Critchlow on the bench.
Are they good?
No.
Okay.
No. Neither's Naby Sarr, but we'll move.
Yeah, if Millwall can hold against Lewis O'Brien, maybe even Pippa and Harry Toffler on the 2 fullback positions, I think Millwall will be fine. I'm going to go for a 1-0 Millwall.
I'm putting out there Huddersfield have the best 2 fullbacks in the Championship.
Do you know what? I'm going to agree with you, and that's coming from me. I really rate Pippa. Isn't he in the Spain under-20 summit
In the under-21 squad. He's amazing. He's so attacking and getting that ball in the box. And Harry Toffler's coming from Lincoln last season.
Yeah.
And he's just excelled.
Yeah, Toffler's been quality, to be fair. Next up, then, quickly onto it. Wickham are playing Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, Wickham just got a point against Watford, which is going to be a massive result for them, hopefully.
It's
Sheffield
their first
Wednesday.
point this season.
Oh, God, massive result then. Got in 8 games, oh dear. Sheffield Wednesday, of course, they're bottom of the league due to the point deduction. This is going to be a massive game. This could be make or break, especially for Wickham. If they get those points, they can pull away from the bottom of the table and start heading towards Derby County and Coventry City.
No.
Sheffield Wednesday, they need these points to get a step closer to positive points. Weird saying that. Wickham are dreadful, being completely honest. Just drew against Watford, lost every other game.
Yeah, but Wickham are woeful.
Yeah.
They're genuinely woeful.
I'm going to back Sheffield Wednesday. They've got a decent squad. I like Gary Monk as a manager. I believe they still have Gary Monk. Quick double check that. I don't know how to check that.
Click on something.
Gary Monk. Yeah, I rate him as a manager.
I like the fact that they've got Kachunga playing.
Yeah, but I mentioned that. Is that 5 at back? No, it's not. It's 3 at back.
No, it's not. It's 5 at the back.
Adam Reach and
3-4-3.
Oh yeah, it will be. God.
Everyone's playing 5 at the back. Sheffield Wednesday winning this one 3-1.
Yeah, I want to say Sheffield Wednesday, despite the fact the bottom have one of the most underrated squads in the entire league. Aidan Flint were playing with Bristol City and real high up there not too long ago. Callum Patterson was in the Premier League as a striker / right back with Cardiff. Jack Marriott.
I still don't get how that works.
No, I don't. I
have not a clue how that works.
Neil Warnock masterclass. Jack Marriott, I actually really rate him as a striker. I'm surprised that Derby got rid of him, especially with everything going on.
Huddersfield were looking at him.
I really rate him. He was really good for Peterborough a few years ago. Kachunga, obviously, Sykes just mentioned, great attacker. I'm surprised Tom didn't keep him.
We didn't renew his contract because he's not been in the best form in the past couple of years. His confidence was low because of the Premier League, and I don't think he was going to fit in with Danny Cowley's plans. And then we sacked Danny Cowley and Colbrand came in, and then I still don't think he'd fit in with Colbrand's plans anyway because he prefers pace and Kachunga has literally none at the minute.
Yeah. Also, Adam Reach, one of the most underrated players in the entire league for me, should be playing at Premier League level. And Barry Badham, who was linked.
Barry Badham.
We were linked with quite a big move to a Premier League club or higher tier Championship club. I can't remember what. I was reading about it the other week. Nevertheless, I'm going to go for a 2-0 Sheffield Wednesday result. Wickham's woes are going to get worse. Alliteration.
No, it wasn't.
Wickham's woes get. Could see I'm doing English. That is all the. Wait, did you predict?
Yeah, I said 3-1.
That's going to be all results and our predictions for the Championship. Sorry this segment took so long.
32 minutes.
If you want to see us break down more, then we can maybe in future devote an entire episode to this. I've got no idea. We could go through all the EFL. That's a huge... Anyway.
We'd be here hours. Literally hours.
Well, we don't know anything about League One. Let's be completely honest.
Nothing.
Do we ever do a League One prediction video?
No, we skipped it out because we said the league was pointless.
Oh, God.
They were our exact words.
Nevertheless, we are... Yeah, that's everything for the Championship. Let us know what your opinions are and our thoughts and why we're completely wrong. How you think the results will go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on what we said earlier about the Premier League pay-per-view, we're going to go in depth and discuss our thoughts on it, basically.
Yeah.
So, what is happening is Sky Sports and BT Sport are trying to show every single Premier League game. However, the Premier League want to gain some extra money because they're greedy, to put it lightly.
Well, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, to put it greedy. So what they've done is they've turned to BT and Sky and said, some of your games, show them on pay-per-view, charge fans extra money to watch them, so we can get a bit of money.
Yeah.
Sky and BT turned around to the Premier League and said, yep, we'll do that. You give us a price, so we're out of pocket, and we will charge that price. The Premier League turned around and went, all right then, $14.95.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. That's way too expensive.
Yeah, see, for me, it can be taken two ways. $14.95 itself to watch a game of Premier League football is so cheap. It's unbelievable.
If it was live.
Exactly.
Well, not like... If you were actually at the stadium.
Yeah, if you're at the stadium, $14.95 is a damn good price because you've got the atmosphere, you've got the camaraderie of talking to people, supporting your team. You've got the going to the pub beforehand, eating your pie at the ground.
Yeah, I was looking into this before for an article I did a while back. I think it's Arsenal who charge £80 per ticket. So if you look at it that way...
An Arsenal season card is £1,100.
Exactly. So £80 for one game compared to £14.95, that kind of seems like a good deal.
Yeah, and it does. And also the fact that if that $14.95 you only have to pay once because everyone in your family can watch it then.
Yeah.
As opposed to having to pay for, let's say you've got a family of 4,
yeah.
having to pay for 4 tickets, which let's say they're £30 each to watch at the game.
120.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
That's 120 quid, whereas you're actually only paying 15 quid. But that £15, you're not getting the atmosphere. You're still stuck inside with your family because of Corona. You can't have other people around to watch it. So it just kind of creates a bit of a dilemma in that £15 wouldn't be so bad if you could have your mates around and you could split the price between you.
Yeah.
Because then you're all together and it just works. Let's say you got 3 mates round, that's just £5 each. But it's $14.95 and all you're doing is you're listening to Peter Crouch dissect a game of football. It's not that entertaining.
No disrespect to Peter Crouch, he's a great footballer and we'd love him to come on the podcast.
But it's just not that entertaining. It's just not. And when you've got people like Mike Ashley, the tightest owner the Premier League has ever seen, saying it's too much.
That's when you know it's too much.
Exactly, then you know you're doing something wrong.
Mike Ashley said it should be £4.95 per match at least until Christmas for them to review it. It seems to me, I'm not a Newcastle fan, he's not a Newcastle fan. From an outside perspective, he's trying to play the hero here to maybe try and limit his reputation, I guess, because right now he's known obviously as a bad guy to Huddersfield Town fans, not Huddersfield Town fans, Newcastle fans who all want him out. It seems to me like now that he's just trying to get on the good side of people, which I'm not going to have a go up because £4.95 is really cheap.
Mourinho said it himself. He says $14.95 is a lot of money for some people to be forking out.
Yeah.
$4.95 is all right. And
yeah, I get why they wouldn't want to do it for free because obviously Premier League clubs, if you look at, like, for example, Arsenal, £80 per game, I don't know their actual attendance they get at games, to be honest with you.
About 63,000.
Yeah, I'm not going to work out 80 times 63,000. Let's say people were just walking in, not buying season tickets or whatever. But it's a lot of money. It is a lot of money. For them to be missing out on all of that because obviously they can't have fans in, also buying from the food there. What else you buy at a football stadium?
Alcohol,
scarves,
Programmes.
Club shop, programmes. Exactly. It's a lot of money they're missing out on.
Face painting in the Fantastic Media upper stand.
What? Is that a town?
Yeah.
Oh, weird club. But they'll lose out a lot of money, so I do understand why the Premier League clubs do want money from Sky Sports or BT or whoever, because I bet the debts are getting a lot deeper at those clubs right now, especially because Arsenal will be losing out on the wages of players, with everyone being probably on over 100.
I mean, they've already sacked Gunnosaurus.
I know, that's a disgrace. We'll talk about that one day, but that is a disgrace.
And they're leaving someone who's on $350k a week out of their Premier League squad, which is that is the most ludicrous thing you could ever do.
He should just leave that club. He should.
No, do you want to know one thing about? I know we're going off topic here, but do you want to know one thing about that?
What?
You're allowed a 25-man squad. They've only actually included 22 people.
You think you just included just to like...
Exactly. They've included 22 of 25 and they've not included him.
But if I were Ozil...
Or Socrates either. They've not included Socrates.
I don't know.
Papadopoulos.
Alright.
That was pronounced so wrong.
If you got Ozil... this is not my attitude towards football, but I'd just leave. I wouldn't bother trying to fight my place and showing Arsenal fans how I want to fight for the badge.
I wouldn't. I'd be quite happy to sit at home on
Right,
350 grand a week watching the game on TV.
But you want to play
for $14.95.
You want to play football, don't you? You could even move to China, probably want even Qatar, America. Surely all these clubs where retirement players go to. I don't know even how old he is. He could get a massive wage at them. He's sorted for life. He doesn't need to care about losing 350 grand a week, which actually probably does. But anyway, off topic.
Back onto this. So, Sports Mail have exclusively revealed that the entirety of the pay-per-view games aired so far have averaged just 39,000 views, with how many not breaking the 10,000 barrier?
Oh, I've lost it. 1 second.
You had it up literally a second ago.
9.
So 9 haven't...
No, 3. Sorry.
So 3 haven't averaged 10,000 people.
That's out of 10 games, is it?
Well, no, that'd be 3 games.
No, 3 out of 10 though.
I don't know how many.
Because 20 teams.
I don't know how many have been shown on pay-per-view.
Oh, is it not all of them?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind then, ignore that. But still, that's... Yeah.
And now my iPad's not doing...
Okay, anything. Yeah, but for free to not even break the 10,000 rule, 10,000 viewer barrier, when at an actual live game when you're there, you're probably getting... Most Premier League clubs anyway, be getting them over 30,000 at least. That is really poor, and it just shows the amount of rebellion against this pay-per-view thing right now. How many people are refusing to pay the £14.95 for this? I'm going to Sykes take over because he knows more about this than I do, and he's got to fill my cup.
I do, yeah. So, on with obviously the £14.95 thing. Fans so far in the Premier League have managed to raise over £300,000 by boycotting the system, just to show how much they disapprove of what's happened. So what's going to happen next is the Premier League are holding discussions this week and next about what to do next, whether they should reduce the price, make it free, or scrap it all together and just go back to how they were doing, not showing every single game. The most likely outcome will probably be the removal of the pay-per-view idea, which will hopefully be after the next international break.
Yeah.
I'm reading as I'm talking. Hopefully then the rest of the games will be put on Sky and BT for obviously everyone to see for free.
Yeah.
Because that's how it should be at the minute. At the end of the day, fans can't go to stadiums. A lot of fans have already forked out on a season card. Yeah. Why should we have to pay more?
Not being funny, but it's not the fans' fault for coronavirus. We haven't really gone to games and spread it. It's not like it's like that. It's not
Liverpool, Atletico Madrid.
Okay, well, we won't talk about that. Liverpool fans are a different breed. It's not our fault for coronavirus. Admittedly, you might pay more on an actual live day, but we're not getting the same experiences. We want to be getting... I don't want to go on this, but still, £14.95 is way too much. There's been a lot of rebellion to it. When there was a pay-per-view game going on the other day, hashtag... I can't find it now. Hashtag boycott PPV was trending on social media. A Sky spokesperson has come out and said Sky is not happy to be involved in showing the pay-per-view games.
You were right with the 10 games. Only 10 games have been shown on pay-per-view so far, with the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scheduled.
Oh, okay. Sky have said we never thought it was a good idea and nothing's changed since it started. It is damaging the reputation of Sky Sports to be linked to this scheme, and that feeling is shared at BT. Everyone here would prefer for it to stop. So looking at that, I mean, if I'm being honest, it doesn't look like it's going to last for much longer.
No, it doesn't, and I really hope it doesn't, because at the end of the day, there's still the petition that has gone round, which is allow football fans to attend matches at all levels.
Is that a petition?
It is, yes, and it currently has 198,773 signatures. It is to be debated in Parliament.
That speaks volumes.
In the next couple of weeks, I believe, to allow fans back in. Manchester United came out today and said they are ready to accept 23,000 fans back into the stadium, with all social distancing being able to be abided by.
Great news.
Which 23,000, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's
23,000 people back into watching a football game for Man U. That is amazing. It really is, and that is what should be happening, because we've seen it in France. They're allowing it and their infection rates are well higher than ours.
Yeah.
You see at Sunday League matches when there's social distancing being used at all grounds, as we have seen.
Yeah.
We've seen. So you might as well just allow it. To be honest with you, if you want to go from my point of view, 100% of the stadium should be opened. Everyone should wear masks.
Yeah, obviously we're not one to talk about politics. Politics?
Well, I am.
Politics, well, he knows more than me, but I think we both agree that we should just let the virus run its course.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, and
herd immunity and all that.
I mean, it's alright trying to prevent it, but I think at the end of the day, it's just gonna happen, isn't it?
We've managed to get so far off topic on this thing, talking about pay-per-view.
Yeah, getting back to pay-per-view, I have one more thing to add, really. There's going to be apparently 170 pay-per-view games across the season.
Jesus Christ.
Which, added up, will equal £3,399 if you were going to watch every single game. I don't know who'll be able to watch every single game.
I don't know who wants to watch Burnley West Brom. Who's going to pay to watch that?
Anyway, but that's a crazy amount. I mean, a season ticket at Arsenal for, like you said before, 1,100?
Yeah, probably. Something like that, anyway.
That's stupid for a season ticket, but for 3,000 plus money to watch all the games...
I know it's fair, you are able to watch 170 games.
I mean, yeah. That's just not fair completely. And I'm not being funny, people's jobs have been at risk. People have lost jobs. They've been put on furlough, so not being paid as much. Everyone's livelihoods right now has been completely thrown up in the air. They're not at risk, but they've been jumbled up.
I know, but it's like, you see as well with that, if you have Sky and BT Sports, you're already paying up like £120 a month anyway to watch them, especially if you've got Amazon as well.
Yeah.
And then you put in $14.95 on top of that for Friday night football, Saturday football, and Sunday and Monday football. 4 games a weekend are on pay-per-view. 4 games!
Do you want my honest viewpoint? Because I wouldn't even really back that I follow, because it's not been working for people in the EFL. My honest point, we've done it a few times. Go to non-league, watch Penistone Church FC Who the other team went to? Ecclesville, were it?
Yeah, Ecclesville, Liversedge.
Ecclesville versus Liversedge. Go to your local non-league game.
Support them.
It costs like a tenner max for a ticket.
Costs us a £5.
And that's for an adult. Yeah,
Both games for us were a £5.
We're a £5.
A £5.
God, that's cheap.
Exactly. It's a £5. You get brilliant hot chocolate. You get a brilliant pie. It's a lovely atmosphere because it's so connected to the community.
When we went to watch the Ecclesville versus Liversedge game, we had a conversation with the away team manager, and he was talking to us about how he had a car crash.
Yeah.
Literally the week before. It's just, you get a great community down there.
That was whilst the game was being played as well. Just saying, it wasn't like after the game.
We should
Literally whilst the game was being played.
We should go to another game soon.
Well, we are Monday.
Oh yeah, myself and Josh, we're going to Bradford Park Avenue versus
Boston.
Boston United on Monday. We're going to be doing some media work there.
We are behind closed doors. So if you would actually like to see us do a little bit of a podcasting before the game and after the game,
we could give
let us know. Yeah.
But yeah, do you have anything else to add on the topic?
Yeah, get rid of pay-per-view.
That's all there is to be said. Support non-league.
Please do.
So that's going to bring an end to this week's episode of the Benchwarmers Podcast. As usual, I'd like to thank my coach, Josh Sykes.
Thanks for having me again, Gab.
Absolute pleasure. Let us know what you want to do with the Bradford Park Avenue game, which is coming up very soon. Will be social media updates on our Twitters for that, link in the description. But yeah, if you haven't liked and subscribed already, please do so, and we'll see you all next week.